This is going to be a little bit of a different video than I usually do. I'm going to talk a little bit more about me in this video. I'm going to talk about my year 2023 in review, and then my goals for the coming year and where I landed in terms of the goals that I set last year around this time. So I thought I'd give you like a brief overview of my year in 2023. So a little bit about me is I do actually have a regular day job, kind of. I work in film, I do accounting, and I finished my last, so it's contracts because I'll work on like one show at a time. And I finished my last show in October of 2022. And then usually at that point, shows don't really start up. Like a new show won't really start up before the new year. If you finish a show September, October, November, you're not really going to work again until probably, like, you can get a show in January, but that's pretty uncommon. It's more going to be February, March, April, which is pretty standard. But then, of course, I think it was April, the writer's strike happened. So I haven't worked my actual job all year, which is bittersweet. It's been a little tough financially, but it's allowed me to put all of my time and energy into building my online businesses. So it's been actually kind of a nice thing because it was kind of forced upon me and I didn't have to make that decision to sacrifice my income, but it was challenging financially. That being said, thank goodness I have been working at these businesses for the last 4 years, because had I not, I would have really, really struggled financially this past year. So anyways, that was just like a brief little sidebar because it does kind of play into the time and energy that I'm actually able to put into print on demand and this YouTube channel and my website and my Spoonflower store and all of the things where I know a lot of you are working a regular job, so it's unrealistic for you to be like putting the same amount of time that I'm putting into my shops. So I just want to clear that up. Anyways, but a brief overview of what my year looked like month by month. My dog is chewing his bone below me, so I'm hoping that that doesn't get picked up on camera. But if it does, I'm sorry. So in January, I launched my website, profitsunraveled.com, which is the companion to this YouTube channel. And I uploaded, I think, about 20 articles in January. So I worked really, really hard on that website. I put pretty much all my energy into getting that website built out and the articles on the website and the pretty terrible layout that I have, but I did what I could. Web design is not my forte. I definitely need to hire that out at some point, but I'm not quite there yet. And then the other thing that I did in January is I got a burst of energy with Zazzle, and I got a few hundred products listed. I actually started a brand new shop in January, and this is the one that I mentioned a couple videos ago about I didn't finish the shop completion. So my Z rank has been at 3 for the last year, and I was wondering why it wasn't getting any views. It's one product. The shop that I did, I tried something. It's a case study, right? So I picked one product that I thought the competition wasn't too heavy, and I got about 150 product or designs up, and I was going to see how the shop did. And then I never actually finished the shop completion, so I never got a Z rank of 4, so I don't think the products are even showing up in the marketplace. So that's going to be interesting to see how that does in the coming year now, because obviously it didn't do anything this last year. So glad I spent a week on that. But that's okay. That's lesson learned, right? I also put a bunch of time into uploading designs in one of my other shops that I have. In February, I don't know why, but I decided to start a Faceless YouTube channel. So I knew I wanted to start this YouTube channel, but I was a little bit scared, and I had tried filming a couple videos, but talking to the camera is actually not that easy when you first start. It still feels uncomfortable, but you just kind of get over it. So I had tried filming a couple videos for this channel. I knew this was something I wanted to do, but I had never done YouTube before, so I think I just wanted to try something that felt a little less risky to me. So I started a Faceless YouTube channel, and I did like meditation type videos. It's so brutal because I worked really, really hard on it for 2 months. And then I just burnt myself out, and I'm sitting at 834 subscribers on that channel. You need 1,000 to get monetized. You need 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. I am sitting at well over 4,000 watch hours, but you need those watch hours within the last 365 days. And I'm sitting at 834 subscribers, and I just cannot seem to get past that point, which is really frustrating because it'll be, I think at the beginning of April, I'll hit like the point where I won't have 4,000 watch hours in the last 365 days. So I do need to actually put some time back into that channel and upload some more videos. I have been uploading weekly videos. I had them scheduled out, but I need to put a little bit of time into that if I actually wanted to get monetized. But regardless, I put quite a bit of time into that, and it was a learning experience overall. I just got familiar with the YouTube dashboard and what's going on in the back end, which has helped me with this channel. Even though this channel is still really new and I'm still not very good at it and still figuring out what I'm doing, I do think that helped me kind of just go for it a little bit more with this channel. So that was February, and that was March, and that was the last half of April, because the first half of April I went to Argentina with my boyfriend and we had an amazing time. That was really, really cool. Drank a lot of wine, and it was just, I can't say enough good things about it, really. I don't know. It was an amazing experience overall. And then throughout that time, I had uploaded a few articles to my website, Profits Unraveled, because I uploaded like 20 that first month in January, and then I think I got about 5 or 6 up over the next couple months. And then in May, I took it a little more seriously, and I started uploading 1 article a week, and I started my email list as well. And I'm not really sure what else I did in May. I probably worked some more on Zazzle. I worked a little bit on my partner and I's website. We have a blog, a travel type blog. And then in June, I went to Vancouver for 2 weeks. My sister had her bachelorette party, so we had like a little weekend on Vancouver Island, which was really nice, with a bunch of her friends and my 2 sisters. And then I also just got to spend time with my family and my friends back in Vancouver. And then I came back for the last half of June and just kept working on my stuff. Just kept going, right? And then in July, I had been watching an SEO course. I'd been doing an SEO course. And so I gave Evan and I's website a makeover and kind of redid the site structure and worked on that. That was most of July. And then at the end of July, went back to Vancouver for my sister's wedding and with my boyfriend, Evan. And we were there for a week, and then we came back. And then in August, I kept working on our site, and then I went to Halifax for a week with my other sister, the one that didn't get married, which was really cool. I'd never been to Halifax before. It's it's hard to say a city, but it is a city. Learned a lot about, it has a lot of history. It's really an interesting city. They had a huge immigration museum, which was really cool. And then we also went to Lunenburg, which is a UNESCO heritage site. It's a cute little fishing town a couple hours away from Halifax in Nova Scotia, which is like Maritimes, Canada, on the east coast, if anyone's unfamiliar with Canada. So I went all the way from the west coast to the east coast and did all that. And then September, I worked really, really hard on Evan and I's website. I got up a bunch of articles and just kind of grinded on that website. And I don't know if anyone's really interested in blogging and my experience with that, but basically we have a website and it was doing really, really well. We were at 75,000 people a month at one point, and then Google changed their algorithm and we just haven't been able to bounce back. So it's a bit of a bummer, but it is what it is. Anyways, and then in October, I was working really hard on my Redbubble shop because I talked about it in my income report for Redbubble, but I wanted to 10x my Redbubble income, which wasn't very big. So it wasn't that hard. It wasn't going to be that hard to do in theory, but I'm having some issues with my products like showing up in search. So I'm not really sure what's going on with that because that's still happening. And then the other thing I did was work on this channel. I think it was actually in August when I started regularly uploading videos to this channel. And I've kind of like ramped that up over time. So October was working on this channel, working on my Redbubble shop. And also I had signed up for a life coaching course to get certified as a life coach at the end of 2022. So I had a year to do it, and I of course waited until the last couple months. So I was really cramming to get that done. And I ended up getting certified in November. I did everything I needed to do in October, and then I just took the test in November because there is a reason for it, but it doesn't really matter. But yeah, I got certified as a life coach. I'm not sure what I want to do with that yet. I'm thinking about offering coaching, and then I was working on that Redbubble shop. I have basically the store, an exact same store on Zazzle for the niche I have on Redbubble. So I was putting designs in both shops. And then in November, I decided to open another Redbubble store to see. At this time, I didn't realize my products weren't showing up in search. So I opened another Redbubble shop for a new niche that I liked the idea of, and I opened a corresponding Zazzle shop. I've already made sales on the Zazzle shop, but Redbubble's crickets, so I don't really know what's going on there. Again, I don't think my stuff is showing up in search, and I don't know why. And then in November, the film strike ended. So, because we had the writer's strike and then the actor's strike. And so they both ended. I can't remember when each one ended, but I think the actors strike ended at the end of November. I think that the members voted for the agreement. I think like December 5th was the deadline or something like that, which, interesting fact, only 38% of the SAG-AFTRA members voted. So I thought that was like an interesting little tidbit. So that was kind of my year in review. And then December, I've been working a lot more on the YouTube channel. I came up with a lot of videos this last month. And with my coaching certification, you get access to this 6-month membership where you get weekly coaching as well. So I have been doing a lot of coaching, and I started building that Zazzle shop that I talked about. The one, I don't know what video I talked about it in, but I said I was going to upload like 750 products in 10 days, which was a little bit ambitious. I can fully admit that, and that's not going to happen. But I'm at about 250 products already. I've put maybe like 5 days into it, I think. Not consecutive, but like, 5 days. So we'll see. I've lost a little bit of steam on it, but that's me. I like dive into something and I work really, really hard at it for like a chunk of time. And then I'm like, okay, I don't even want to look at you for a week or two, and then I'll come back to it. I know that's not like the best way to work, but I have found that is something that works for me. So, okay, that's kind of my year in review. I don't know if that was like interesting for you or not. And then that was my year in review. I have like 3 notebooks. I have a lot of notebooks going on. And then I thought it would be interesting to look at the goal setting exercise that I did last year and see where I'm at with that. So I have this like, this goal exercise that I did, and I did it through Bonnie Christine's like Focus to Flourish thing. And she talks about you have your big goal and then you break it down into smaller pieces. So you break it down into your 1 to 6 month goals, your short-term goals, your midterm goals, and your long-term goals. So my big goal, which is like at the time 2+ years away, is to financially support myself with extra to spare from print on demand and art licensing. And I don't know how interested I am in art licensing. I would like to get the experience of having done it, but it's definitely not my top priority at this point. But I do want to get there. I've actually completed a fair amount of these goals. I feel pretty good about it. And the ones that I haven't completed, it's kind of interesting because looking at them, they're actually not that measurable. Like, brainstorm collection themes, plan them out. Well, how many collection themes? What does that mean to brainstorm? That's not really measurable for me. Like if you're not clear on it, when you look at it a year later, it's not really measurable. Whereas minimum of 1,000 designs live on Spoonflower. Check, I have that. 30 articles and videos on For Profits Unraveled. Yes, I have that. That's super measurable. So things like that, I'm able to check off easily, but other ones, not so much. So send my portfolio to 10 companies. I have not done that. I haven't even created a portfolio, which I think is on here somewhere. Put together a digital portfolio. Have not done that. Create a curated social media feed. Have not done that. Complete 5 collections by year end. I have done that. Like my Spoonflower shop, it has collections, but not in the like stereotypical way you would, I don't know. There are collections and they are by color palette, and then I have other collections on there. But building out collections, it hasn't been my like top priority. And I mean, that's not Zazzle collections. I'm talking about Spoonflower and surface pattern design specifically, which is like making repeat patterns and seamless patterns. Okay, what else do I have on here? Yeah, a lot of the ones that I didn't do are around creating collections and a portfolio. So that's okay, because I feel like it's okay to change your plan if you like your reasons. And you have to be really honest with yourself about that. I do like my reasons. It's like I decided that this website and this YouTube channel and stuff was a bigger priority for me. I feel like my surface pattern design work is still growing. Anyways, so that was the goals that I set in, I think it was about a year ago. I don't have the date on here, which kind of bothers me. And then I also have in my other planner here, I got this at the beginning of September. So I have a 3-month goal on here from the beginning of September. And the first one is get certified for life coaching, which I did that. Finish my Zazzle system experiment, which I barely started, so I definitely did not finish that. I remember my idea to do was get Profits Unraveled 50 to 55 posts published. I'm pretty close. I'm not quite there though. And then another one is send out weekly emails, which I have. Business consultation, which I am currently kind of doing, and then have at least one coaching client, which I haven't really put effort into at this point. But again, that's one of those things where you can change your goals if you like your reasons. So that was kind of my 3-month goals like 4 months ago. And I feel okay about those. Those are not bad. And then I have the goal planning that I want to do for this coming year. So I redid that exercise from the Focus to Flourish with the short-term, midterm, and long-term goals here. And I did my best to make them much more measurable rather than like brainstorm this thing. It's like, what does that even mean? My short-term goals are it's for like Profits Unraveled. So I'd like to build some kind of community with you. I don't know if that's a Facebook group. Like I haven't figured it out, because I think YouTube doesn't really have a platform for that. Like they have the community tab, but I just don't really think it's like the best place for it. I don't know if Facebook is the best place. I know some people aren't on Facebook, but I just feel like if I were to put a community on another platform, no one would actually go to it. I think it would be forgotten about. So I just don't know that that's the best option. My next goal is to monetize this YouTube channel. So that means getting 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. And I'm pretty close in terms of subscribers. I think I'm less than a month away with the growth that I've been having, but watch hours is another story. That's gonna take a little bit longer. So I'd really appreciate it if you watch my whole video. I would like to build a little Zazzle course. It would be so I have 2 ideas for courses. I'll kind of share them with you here. So my first one is just like a basic Zazzle intro course. And this would be for people that are brand new to Zazzle, and especially if you're maybe like a little bit computer illiterate kind of thing. I am just walking you through the platform and showing you shortcuts to do things. So the way I do things for efficiency, because I've been doing it for 4 years now, I'm quite quick in the interface. I know where everything is. I know how to get to things. I know how to do things quickly and efficiently. I'm a very efficient worker, if nothing else. And like using keystrokes and things like that. So just like showing exactly how I do things. So that is a little course that I'm thinking about doing. Another one is I talked about this shop that I'm building, and I think it's really, really good. The way I'm doing it is like optimizing everything for kind of maximum sales. I think it's going to do really well. I mean, time will tell, but I was thinking about basically doing an over the shoulder of how I did it. I would have to build a new store though, because this one's on my personal account. So I would have to build one on a separate account to kind of show how it's done so that you can see everything. But that's kind of my second course idea. My other goals for the next 1 to 6 months is to finish that shop that I've been talking about. And I'm about a third of the way there. So far right now I have 10 collections in the shop, and I've finished the main product type. So actually 2 technically, because there's the required product for a collection, and then my main product type that I'm focusing the store on. I've uploaded all of those designs, and now it's uploading the kind of complementary products to the rest of the collections. That's what needs to get done. My other goal for the next 1 to 6 months is this is going to be around the 6-month mark, so it's kind of right on the cusp there. I'd like to get it done between May and like ideally before July, so May, June kind of thing. Is I would like to build another Zazzle shop where the seasonality is January, February, like the buying season for it is in January and February, because I find that that's when my lowest sales are. So I'd like to kind of give that a little boost so that I'm a little more steady throughout the whole entire year. My other goal that I wrote in here is to launch my collections cheat sheet spreadsheet, which I've created a spreadsheet that lists all of the collections on Zazzle and all of the recommended products that go into each collection, so that you can just see all of the collections at a glance. I actually built it for myself personally to use, and I have been using it, and I find it very helpful that I think it's worth offering to you. It's going to be a huge time saver, so it's going to be a really valuable tool for building out your Zazzle shops. I will link that in the description below if you are interested in that. I would really appreciate the support. It just helps support this channel. And my last goal for the next 1 to 6 months is to post regularly to Instagram for my Spoonflower shop. I'm pretty terrible at that. I think I've posted maybe 20 times this whole entire year, if that. No, it's probably not even that. It's like 10 times or something. Yeah, I don't know. I have such a block when it comes to social media. I just find it's like talking to a brick wall. I don't know. I don't enjoy it, but I need to get over that and just kind of do it. I think of it in the sense that when I learn about a company, if I go look at their Instagram account and they haven't posted in 2 years, it makes me think that they're not even a company anymore. So as a surface pattern designer, it's important to post regularly so that any company that may want to license my artwork or anything like that knows that I am still current. So that's kind of where I stand with that. I'm doing it more to stay current and just like keep up with it, rather than, I don't really care too much. I don't think I'm going to get discovered on Instagram, but you never know. So those are my short-term goals, my 1 to 6 month goals. So here are some of my midterm goals, which is 6 to 12 months. Number 1 is that I would like to consistently be hitting the volume bonus on Spoonflower. I don't talk too much about Spoonflower on this channel. I like to kind of keep it mainly about Zazzle, as I don't really know, I've been on Spoonflower for almost 2 years now. So I don't know that much about it. I'm still learning every day more and more about Spoonflower, and I'm just kind of slowly building on that platform and just chugging along, chugging along. Yeah. Just kind of chugging along, doing my thing, uploading consistently. But with Spoonflower, if you make $300 in 1 month, you get a 1% volume bonus, which means that for that $300, because you make 10%, so you'd actually make $330 or something. Anyways, you can get up to a 5% volume bonus. Well, that's actually huge, 5%, because that's 50% more income. If you made $1,000 in a month, that 5% volume bonus would boost you up to $1,500 that month, which is kind of crazy. So my goal for Spoonflower is to start consistently hitting that volume bonus dollar amount in the next 6 to 12 months. So far, I have not hit it at all, but I am getting closer and closer. So I also would like to upload 25 designs a week to Spoonflower, to my Spoonflower shop, because Spoonflower is doing away with their proofing. You're like paying to proof your designs, but they are limiting you to 25 uploads per week. So I want to hit that 25 uploads every single week. And I will probably do that by like batching my work. I'll probably in the next week or so, I'll be creating a bunch of designs, and I will have like kind of a backlog to work with. And it's doing a lot of colorways also. I will also continue to post once a week for Instagram. And then I'm reading this right now and I'm just like, oh, I don't know. This might be too soon, 6 to 12 months, but I guess it could be in 12 months. I would like to build out a personal like portfolio website for my surface pattern design. I just right now like can't even think about that. I'm so focused on like you and this channel and Profits and like Profits Unraveled and Zazzle that I haven't even really thought about building out a website for my surface pattern design. And that would be like a portfolio rather than teaching. It wouldn't be anything to do with teaching. So that's a goal that I have. I don't know. That one like freaks me out for some reason. Anyways, and then another goal is to maintain my Pinterest marketing. So I have been marketing steadily on Pinterest this year, and I want to keep doing that next year. Currently, I've been doing 1 pin a day for a few months now, like quite a few months now. And I have still, I think 3, maybe 4 months worth of pins already created that I just need to schedule out. I schedule them out every couple of weeks. That's not too hard. Most of the work is kind of done, and then I get ChatGPT to help me with like descriptions and things like that. So not too difficult, but it is kind of one of those things that it's not super enjoyable. It's kind of that little grunt work thing that isn't really fun to do. And it's really easy to put off, and then you've put it off so long that you kind of missed your time to do it. So it is important to do. And if you don't know how to market your products on Pinterest, I have a video and I'll link that up above because it walks you through the whole process and it's really not that hard. You just have to actually do it. And then with the consistent marketing on Pinterest, I would like to be making more referral sales on Zazzle as well, because mine are pitiful at this point. And then my long-term goals, so that's 12 to 18 months out from now. So that's starting 2025 to mid-2025. I would like to land 1 licensing deal from my service pattern design. I don't know what that looks like, but that's my goal, to land 1 deal. And I also would like to pitch my portfolio to at least 10 companies for my designs as well. So those are kind of like bigger to me. They feel really big and really far away. It's hard for me to put a dollar value on how much I want to be making in a year's time, because ultimately I just don't have control over that. But whereas these things like landing 1 licensing deal, that I don't really have control over that, but I do have control over pitching to 10 companies. My other big goal is to officially leave film. I don't like working in film. I find it's an incredibly toxic work environment. The hours are very, very long, and I'm just kind of done with it, to be honest. So we'll see how that goes. That's my year in review, and then my goals for the upcoming year and a half here. I'd love to know how your past year has been and what you're looking forward to in the coming year. What are some of your goals? What are some of the goals that you achieved this past year? I'd love to hear that in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, I would appreciate it if you give it a like and be sure to subscribe. I mentioned that Zazzle Collections cheat sheet in this video, and I also have another tool for you guys. It's a product description generator, and I'm so excited about it. I've been using it for a little while now, and I am so pleased with the results, and I think you guys will be too. So essentially, it is a spreadsheet, and you input some of your product details when you're uploading your designs to Zazzle or any print-on-demand platform. It doesn't have to be Zazzle. And the spreadsheet is going to give you a bunch of prompts that you can then put into ChatGPT or whatever large language model AI that you prefer. And the AI is going to spit back out at you perfectly ready to go product descriptions. This tool makes creating product descriptions so easy while helping your product listings visibility outside of the Zazzle marketplace. This tool is invaluable. I am going to link it in the description below for you, and I encourage you to go check it out.